think about this for a second. If we're standing closed and our bad swing move is a lean in, producing an over the top slice action on a daily basis, can you see blocking out our left side, making it hard to turn, could encourage this lean in some more. Hi everyone, Murdoch here, hope you're well. I want to show you here how standing open will encourage more of a draw possibility for you guys than standing the traditional way, which is aiming to the right. Aiming to the right with your feet, knees, hips, shoulders, and swinging out to the right, releasing the club to start right, closed face, drawing back to your target. Right? All that makes sense, doesn't it? Well, it does, and it doesn't. Here's why it doesn't. Our range of motion as a senior is getting less. Our ability to turn, our ability to stay in these angles. Now, especially as our bad move as a senior golfer, starting our downswing, is a lean in this way, a stiff move that way, instead of that lovely squat turn that you see the tour pros do. And maybe if you were a good player back 20, 30 years ago, a low handicap, you might be also more in your angles. So think about this for a second. If we're standing closed and our bad swing move is a lean in, producing an over the top slice action on a daily basis, can you see blocking out our left side, making it hard to turn, could encourage this lean in some more. Also, right at the heel, guys. Right at the heel, horrible strikes with the driver. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to be on the first tee if you're thinking, I want to give this draw a go. 3-wood I got on the back of my shoulders. I suggest you do a 3-wood rather than driver. Reason why 3-wood, there's a little bit more loft on the face. So closing the face slightly will produce a draw, all things being equal, on a path we want, into out. But closing the face a little with a 3-wood still has loft. A driver, 9-10 degree drivers, closing it a little, and you can see there's very much the lack of loft, so you can get that smother. So this is why 3-wood. You'll find it easier to draw a 3-wood, which will go further than your driver anyway when you do draw it. So standing well, shoulder blades back. I want your mind to be, when you're doing this, a nice deep turn into that right hip, but think of the left shoulder down. So in other words, you're not doing this move. I don't want you to feel your shoulders are turning too horizontally. This is a bad move, but it's very common when someone thinks they want to draw it, because everything's in here. Everything's in here. In to out. Right. Let's bring it right in here. And then you can see how you'll get stuck, especially if you're standing the old way, which is closed. You can see now where it's like, oh, so there's the flip. Miss hits, tops, heavies, and there's the heel coming in too. We just can't close the door, as a client used to say. You can't release it. So you're going to stand up with your feet slightly left of your intended target. Now, left because I want you to feel as if you're turning nicely, left shoulder down. Now, once you're in this top of the backswing, you're going to feel super stretched. This is good. Now, you notice the white stick. That's my ball position line there. The important thing in the downswing while warming up like this is staying behind that. And you'll feel the freedom, now your left foot is drawn back, where you can clear the left hip a bit easier. Now remember, a draw is a path in to out. We want the freedom of the hip open so it's easier for you to release your arms, rotate the club face. So left foot back and staying behind, front on. Can you see the staying behind produces the in to out? But I'm out of my own way. Psychologically as well, as you're standing left of your target, a little alarm bells are going off in your head thinking, oh, I'm aiming left, I want to start it over there. So subconsciously, it's easier for you to stay behind and release it out there because you're aiming left. Aiming right, being a bit stiff, it's, oh, the target's a bit left. And a bit keen, bit confident, there's that lean in, producing the over the top. So give this a go. Warm up on the first tee. Stand open with your feet. Knees a little bit open, but feet mainly. Hips fairly on your target, all right? Just draw the left foot back. Nice good turn into that right hip where you feel the left shoulder down. Now the important one is staying behind the wall, I call it, the ball position line. Feel cleared. That staying behind will give you a very big stretch in your lower back, all up the left side. And then adding the club, you can see how free it will be, how easy it will be for you to hold that path of slightly into out and release it. Remember, use a 3-wood, don't use the driver, warm up like that, then do the 3 practice swings where you're hitting a daisy head, or stick a tee in the ground and hit that tee. Nice one first, be correct, with a big feeling of staying behind it, just like you felt in those practice moves. Next practice swing a little bit faster. The third one, make it the best based on those first 2. The ball is the 4th. Bang. Go for contact. See what happens. Remember, 3-wood guys, not driver. Let me know in the comments how you get on with that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. You're all brilliant. I really, really appreciate how positive you all are and how much you're enjoying my videos. It's very fulfilling for me. Thanks again. See you soon. Take care.